5 poachers are nabbed with arms and ammunition during operation at Nongmaiching Reserved Forest under Central Forest Division. Massive fire breakouts at Old Nambulan in Imphal West. 2 cooking gas cylinders explodes. No casualties reported. And at least 36 people killed in flooding and landslides in Brazil's Sao Paulo state. Dozens of people missing, death toll expected to rise. Karamjay, good evening. You are watching Evening English Bulletin on ICE News, and this is Victoria Rajkumari. Now to top stories. A combined team of Manipur police and forest officials arrested 5 poachers along with arms and ammunition at Nongmaiching Reserved Forest under Central Forest Division. Rimai Yarmi Mag, 40 years, son of R. Tharmi; Jasper Rimai, aged 60 years, son of Gadoshik El Somi, aged son of Losemba; Beldis Loshingba, aged 55 years, son of Loshingba Singlo; and Joseph Konghe, aged 37 years, son of Hormi Konghe, all from Soplin village under Lamlai police station in Kangpopi district, were arrested during the operation. Speaking to media in this regard, Divisional Forest Officer R.K. Amarjit said that, acting on a tip-off that some hunters have trespassed upon the reserved forest area. The combined team of Sanjembam Police and Nongmaiching Forest staff, led by Range Officer of Nongmaiching Range, Prabir, carried out operation at Nongmaiching Reserved Forest early this morning. He said that the team came across a hut near Khalom route, and upon searching the hut, they found a huge cache of arms and ammunition and some carcasses. The team carried out intensive search to nab the culprits when 5 individuals were coming in an auto. The team stopped them for checking when more hunting rifles and ammunition were recovered from them. Amarjit said that upon interrogation, the culprits admitted that they carried out poaching in the area. It was also revealed that the individuals were reportedly attempting to settle in the area. Amarjit asserted that settlement in reserved forest area is prohibited under Section 26 Indian Forest Act 1927 and warned that Forest Department will evict any settlement in reserved forest areas. They arrested along with the seized weapons, ammunition and other materials used in the hunting have been handed over to the concerned officials for further legal actions.
Mafamsi yengakanda mafamsida amuk tunda leitaraga leibagi mawongda honnabagi oina lakpani haibasisu makoi masana yarakanda asibu khangba ngame sigi koigi iroinana forest department amadi central forest division gi site gi thamjaningbase noresida asumna nongna khundage haidana adum koida haibirapudagi thingnajai ngasidi koi evidence ka loinana thingnajare reserve forest amada nongna khundaba haibasi koi section 26 Indian Forest Act 1927 gi makhada masi yadaba amani aduga khundaba reserve forest manungda sarangpase aine yade criminal act amani.
Meanwhile, a massive fire broke out and gutted a rented house at Old Nambulan under Imphal police station in Imphal West district today. According to police, the blaze happened at a rental property owned by a local resident named Athem Hangsha around 1 p.m. Mohammad Barik, a personnel of Manipur police, was occupying the rented room where the fire incident took place. 2 cooking gas cylinders exploded in the fire. Property worth lakhs of rupees were destroyed in the devastating fire. A team of Manipur Fire Service rushed to the site and attempted to douse the fire. The cause of the fire is yet to be ascertained. There are no reports of casualty till the filing of this report. Further details are awaited. At least 36 people have been killed in flooding and landslides in Brazil's Sao Paulo state. Dozens of people are missing, and while the number of dead is expected to rise, rescue workers say they hope to pull some of those trapped in flooded homes out of the mud alive. In the coastal town of São Sebastião, 627 millimeters of rain fell in 24 hours, twice the expected amount for the month. The town's mayor, Felipe August, said the situation there was chaotic and efforts are underway to rescue the victims. He expressed concern that some 50 houses had collapsed and were washed away and asserted that the situation remained extremely critical. The state government reported at least 35 deaths in São Sebastião, and in Ubatuba, a 7-year-old girl was killed when a boulder weighing 2 tons hit her home. Hundreds have been displaced and evacuated. Carnival events were cancelled across parts of the coastline, which is a popular destination for wealthy tourists looking to avoid huge street-side festivities in the big cities. President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva also expected to visit the affected areas today. In a post on Twitter, he sent his condolences to those who had lost loved ones and promised to bring authorities together to provide healthcare and rescue teams. More heavy rain is expected in the area, threatening to make conditions even worse for emergency teams. Extreme weather events such as the floods are expected to become more common as the impacts of climate change took hold. Last year, torrential rain in the southeastern city of Petrópolis killed more than 230 people. Chief Minister Nongtuman Birren visited Tokpa Ching and inspected the condition of Boomland Path, the second largest lake in Manipur next to Loktak Lake, today. The Chief Minister was accorded a warm welcome by the locals of the area. During the visit, Chief Minister Birren took a survey for cleaning up Boomland Path to preserve its surrounding environment and biodiversity. Addressing a public gathering, Birren highlighted the initiative taken by the state government to preserve the wetlands and water bodies of the state. He asserted that the state government is making necessary efforts to ensure that the water bodies, rivers and lakes are well maintained and preserved and is sure to continue the same. He also pointed out that Manipur is filled with scenic beauties and strains the need to preserve them. Birren maintained that Manipur's wetlands have links to fortification, religious and recreational activities of the state. He further stressed on urgent need to revitalize the wetlands in order to protect and restore the long-standing socio-cultural connection that they sustain. Many officials accompanied the Chief Minister during the visit. Lamp lighting and oath-taking ceremony of second batch 2022-23 of G&M Training School Thobal under Directorate of Health Services Government of Manipur was held today. The event was held at the school auditorium in District Hospital Thobal complex. Speaking at the event, the Chief Medical Officer Thobal, Dr. Y. Nokul, emphasized the significance of doctors, nurses and those in medical profession in society. He highlighted the plights facing the state healthcare sector due to lack of adequate nurses. He also urged those in medical profession to maintain professional ethics. Manipur Nursing Council Registrar A. Jamuna, District Hospital Thobal Medical Superintendent Dr. W. Rohini Kumar and Principal of G&M Training School Thobal and Bemchobi took part in the event. Students also paid tributes to founder of modern nursing Florence Nightingale at the occasion. The event witnessed various cultural and traditional performances. For the fourth time, the 7th Manipur Rifles, in collaboration with Heart Institute Sagolban Moirangler, organized a free heart camp at 7 Manipur Rifles camp located at Kabaisoi. Speaking to media, 7 MR Commandant Wathem Abasu said that the camp was to promote good health and fitness among the MR and police personnel and general public. He mentioned that cleanliness drive is also carried out at the camp every week. He He urged the personnel and the public to practice healthy habits, adding that health is wealth and good mental and physical health is utmost importance. As many as 150 individuals were checked up at the camp and free medicines were also provided to them.
Akogi pandamdi to serve them, to serve the mankind, and to serve the nation. Adu akogi personally jaw original kaya akogi personally to original. We can serve the nation and its mankind with best health. Adugi pandamni. Akogi battalion sida ina health talk fortnightly health talk ina introduce tawi program adung matra mathui sugre. Akogi unit doctor sing na various topics mayam officers amasung akogi personally sida phamal laga mayam pulap tamoy na takpani dengue, diabetes, hypertension, siu manas chingba kaya ama class tawre. Aru makhata na tawhigani general health checkup on all battalion ki officers yaurga loina ma akogi hujik tawri loina ma ki loisalak tore post chat laga health panabi damakta sport health checkup aina isa yaur ko unit doctor ko post mem chat laga su tawjai ko unit library amasu ko na hangjare ko sibai singi recreation amasung moigi welfare well-being ni moi sidagi larik YBI free of cost moi macha singi amasung moigi ko unit school da tamba chatra sing ko local area community singi ni moi da su larik wahli free of cost community service oina se ko na siloina ngami je kari gino ha kanda is all because of team effort and we are working hard to deliver more.
Regional Institute of Medical Sciences Imphal organized the Swachhta Health Camp at Chirangpad Mamanglekai Community Hall in Thobal district yesterday. It was held in collaboration with Mychon Club as part of Swachhta Action Plan 2022-23. RIMS Liaison Officer from Liston Kumar, Irom Liston Kumar and Chief Accounts Officer S. Sarat led the health camp. OPD for obstetrics and gynecology, pediatrics, orthopedics, dentistry, ENT, medicines and eye were opened at the camp. Around 400 individuals were checked up and free medicines were also provided to them. Staff of PHC Chirangpad, members of Mychon Club assisted the camp.
Patients in the Kudung Chanaba, Angamba level, the medicines of free the Germany. A single program, see, Equina, Pangtopugi, main aim and objective, the Bapum Sidaliva, Muising, Haiva, the one bar, Quina Puzariva, super specialist, Dr. Singsina lying with the Kudung Chagadava, patients lying Germany. Poji Wina Masingsi, 300 prostogre, the Makats 30, Yamdra, 400 something about the Equi Soidina Subinabi as Hapunzari. A single program sida lamdamachigi khogi alaman sing adigi maru ina khogi Mychon gi club gi organization gi members sing puna kusu koi thagat jaba khumbuchari.
It's time for a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Keep watching IS News.
Go Aviator Academy, a complete platform for aviation aspirants, inspired by experienced professionals. And join with us, a course designed for cabin crew and ground staff to help turn your dreams into reality.
Welcome back. You are watching Evening English Bulletin on IS News. The proceeding with other news. Manipur Vintage Revival Committee will showcase Liberty Films' Manipuri feature film Yairipok Thambal Nu 1984 at Manipur State Film Development Society MSFDS on March 5th. The committee said the film will be screened 3 times on the day, that is at 11 a.m., 2:20 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. The committee had screened the same film earlier on January 8. Manipur Vintage Revival Committee also highlighted its initiative to revive and promote Manipuri celluloid films and urged the public to extend their support and cooperation to the committee. Meanwhile, India reported just 119 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. The new infections took the country's total caseload to over 4.46 crore, while active coronavirus caseload has increased to 1,916. As per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the death toll stands at 5,30,761 with no new deaths. Meanwhile, the number of people who have recuperated from the disease has gone up to 4,41,52,360 with 102 recoveries in the last 24 hours. The country's recovery rate stands at 98.81%. Over 220.63 crore vaccine doses have been administered so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Top 3 states contributing maximum number of COVID-19 cases to India's tally are Maharashtra, Kerala and Karnataka. Meanwhile, in the northeast India, Assam has the highest number of active cases, followed by Mizoram and Meghalaya. COVID-19 has infected over 67 crore 87 lakh, while more than 67 lakh 91,000 have succumbed to the dreaded coronavirus, and recoveries are above 65 crore 14 lakh. Globally, United States of America has the highest number of COVID-19 cases, followed by India and France. Now the sports news. In football, East Bengal FC handed Mumbai City FC at 1-0 loss in the host final game of the league stage in the ISL shortly before they were presented with the ISL League Shield. Mahesh Singh scored the only goal of the match in the 52nd minute before the torch bearers guarded their slender lead to nab their first ever ISL win over the Icelanders in the match yesterday. It was the first time this season that Mumbai City FC failed to score. The win saw East Bengal FC reclaim 9th place from Jamshedpur FC. The result gives the torch bearers the momentum they needed before concluding their season with the Kolkata derby on February 25th. The league phase has concluded for these Islanders, who next show up in the semi-final on March 7th. In cricket, India will take on Ireland in their last Group 2 match of the Women's T20 World Cup 2023 at St. George's Park, Gibraltar. The match will begin shortly. In the large match against England, England beat India by 11 runs at St. George's Park in Gibraltar, South Africa in their Women's T20 World Cup 2023 match. Chasing the target of 152 runs, India managed to score only 140 runs for 5 wickets in 20 overs. Smriti Mandhana scored the highest 52 runs for India, while Sarah Glenn took 2 wickets for England. Mandhana's 52 from 41 was the top score in the reply, with Richa Ghosh finishing unbeaten on 47 from 34. But only one other Indian batter reached double figures as they fell 11 runs short of the target. Therefore, the Harmanpreet Kaur-led side would now need not only a win against Ireland in its last group match, but also a big one to have any chance of filling up the remaining semi-final spot from Group 2. And before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. 5 poachers nabbed with arms and ammunition during operation at Nongmai-Ching Reserve Forest under Central Forest Division. Massive fire breakouts at Old Nambulan in Imphal West. 2 cooking gas cylinders explodes, no casualties reported. And at least 36 people killed in flooding and landslides in Brazil's São Paulo state. Dozens of people missing, death toll expected to rise. Well, that's all we have in this evening bulletin. Thank you for being with us. We'll be back with more news updates at 8 p.m. Till then, have a great day.